So Shaquille O'Neal is losing his damn mind on social media. Like, it is actually getting sad. And look, this is the number one hater. This is the number one hater in basketball right now. And look, Shaq is one of the 15 greatest players of all time. And the reason why I say 15 is because probably top 10. But, like, we're now at the stage where I fully believe that between, like, 7 and 15 are almost interchangeable. Like, I think he's probably better than Jokic. You can't say that for certain. Like, you can make the argument for Jokic. I think he's probably better than Durant. I think he's probably better than Dr. J. I think he's maybe better than Hakeem. But, like, there's all of these players are in that, like, section. But, Shaq is now clapping back on people. Like, so, first of all, it started with someone tweeting out Paul George tonight. He might be up there with Celtic Shaq. Celtic Shaq had 4 rings while you was cheering in your mom's basement. Jesus. And he got ratioed into oblivion. Dear Lord. I was 4 when you were on the Celtics. Put me on that bench and I could have won 50% of the seats you did. And we still winning. To be fair, he wasn't even that bad. He almost got ratioed by LeBron. Actually, no. 7,000 to 1,000. He didn't nearly get ratioed. But 1,000 like tweet reply. From LeBron-kitis of all people. From LeBron-kitis saying Shaq completed the rainbow of teams. I mean, Shaq just went ring chasing as soon as he was done in Phoenix, realistically. He just went ring chasing. And he was not great in either Cleveland or Boston. But if you guys did not see here, like, they went at each other on Twitter as well. So Shaq just tweets out. So, by the way, Dwight Howard went on a podcast and started saying it's ridiculous that after all these years, Shaq still just doesn't shut up about him. And by the way, both of these players are retired. Shaq's been retired 15 years. Dwight Howard is, I don't know if he's officially retired, but let's be real, he's retired. Like, heck, he, like, walked out on a team. I'm not sure if he walked out on a team. I don't know what the story was with him playing for Mets in the Puerto Rican League. All I know is that a dude that I coached last season was had to leave our team like a few weeks before the end of the season to go off to Puerto Rico to play. And Dwight was meant to be on his team. And in the end, it was placed by Ronnie Hollis Jefferson. He's probably better than Dwight at this stage in his career. But Shaq just tweets, the fact you think I care about you is funny. But I won't ever bring your name up again, sensitive big man. A jokester that can't take a joke. Won't ever say your name again. Have a great day. Now you have been deleted. Now you have been deleted. Is he Matt Hardy? Delete, 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 delete. Like, is he Matt Hardy? You have been deleted. I did a horrible, horrible impression right there. But, like, he's out there tweeting stuff like that. And by the way, like, he starts off the tweet with @Dwight Howard. So he doesn't even know how to use Twitter because that doesn't even show on your timelines. But he also says, hashtag I never cared, hashtag trust me, hashtag don't need validation, you do, hashtag stay off podcast, hashtag the fact you think I care is funny, hashtag you gotta show respect to get respect, hashtag now you're dead to me. At least you got the right you're. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Like, Dwight responded with, I know you care because your insecure has been hating and talking shit for 20 years. You too big to be this insecure. I hope you don't bring my name up again. 52 years old tweeting me. And still hating. And now all this time you was joking. You've always been jealous. Jealous of Kobe, Penny. I mean, Dwayne Wade's about a bit differently than that. You're jealous of Charles too. And by the way, when he first retired, it was like, who are the next? It was like the next, when they had the NBA 50th anniversary players. They were asked in a thing, and it was like, who are the next 10 players you would pick? And they picked the normal ones like LeBron, Durant was in the 10. Shaquille O'Neal said Gary Payton deserved to be in the next 10 above Dwayne Wade. He was the most vocal, arguing it should have been Gary Payton. 1, Shaq has 3 rings without Wade, and Wade. And 2, ironically, Gary Payton does not win a single ring in his career without Dwayne Wade. Go move around, big lazy insecure ass. I have that long 5-paragraph direct message you sent to me a couple of years ago telling me that I'm not that great to hate and you're still doing it. It's 25, grow the hell up and move on. Shaq responds, still don't care. Nice move. I see what you do in your legacy is your new podcast. That's how you'll be remembered. You need views. Damn, I thought you well. Great job, Hall of Fame podcast, but I still don't care. You need to sit down. You need my validation. I don't need yours. How will you be remembered? Think about that podcast, boy. I have an empire to run. Now leave me, son. I've been talking 20 years, but you want to squabble at 50. Well, I decline. I'm too old. Again, nice move. Love you, son. Take care of kids. Take care of your family. You're not a Hall of Famer yet. Yeah, Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry, since the year 2000, and I mean this, since the year 2000, the best two centers have been Shaquille O'Neal and Nikola Jokic. The third best center is Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard way better than Yao. Dwight Howard made 5 straight All-NBA first teams. He made 5 straight All-NBA first teams, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. He was by 100 miles the best player on a team that made a finals. And yeah, I get it. They lost pretty handily to the Los Angeles Lakers. But like Courtney Lee makes that wide open layup on the buzzer. And that series kind of changes. Like Dwight Howard is one of the most disrespected players of all time. You are the biggest reason why Dwight Howard did not make the NBA All-Time 75. Because Dwight Howard is closer to being the 40th best player of all time than he is to being outside the top 75. Dwight Howard had a better career than Carmelo Anthony. Dwight Howard had a better career. I'm just trying to think of players. Dwight Howard has had a better career than Anthony Davis. Dwight Howard, even like when he was quote-unquote finished, when he was way past prime, is a huge reason why the Los Angeles Lakers won in 2020. He was a big part of that team. He started a lot of playoff games. And Shaq still won't shut up about him. Shaq has ruined the legacy of who is the third greatest center since 1990. If we're talking about centers all time, I'm being completely honest here. Like, I don't know if Bill Walton had a better career than Dwight. I'm taking Dwight's career of Bill Walton's because of the injuries and everything. Top centers of all time. Centers better than Dwight. And by the way, Dwight better than Embiid. Dwight better than Embiid as well. Best centers of all time, if we're being completely honest here, are like, and I'm not going in any particular order, but let's just say Kareem, Wilt, Bill Russell, Hakeem, Shaq, Jokic, David Robinson. And then you either go, you might go Ewing, you might go Dwight. Like, that is the reality of the situation, is that Dwight Howard is at a similar enough level to Ewing for his career. And Dwight Howard's a top 10 center of all time in what is arguably the most stacked position of all time. But Shaq has gone out of his way to destroy the legacy of who is one of the 50 greatest players of all time. Like, we talk about players, we have to talk about, like, just the reality of situations. And it's that Shaq started the Dwight beef. Why? Because Shaq has 17,000 nicknames, and you know Dwight Howard decided to take one of them because he decided to put on a Superman cape to do like a dunk, to do a fun dunk thing. So people started calling him Superman, and Shaq was jealous. The reality of the situation is that Shaquille O'Neal is one of the greatest players ever, but you can see it by his belittling of Dwight. You can see it by his belittling of modern NBA players. You can see it by his belittling of everybody. Shaq is a hater. He has been a hater for a long time. And Dwight Howard, and the reality is, because Shaq was so good at basketball, he's one of the greatest ever. Because Shaq in fairness, he's so entertaining, and he seems like a good guy when it comes to just off the court stuff. Because of all that, people take Shaq's word as gospel. The reality of it is that one of the main things it's done is destroyed the legacy of one of the greatest players of all time.